everyone, it's Miles and Giles here, and today we're in the beautiful town of Ålesund in Norway to tell you more about the fantastic fish that are in your boxes every single week.
As many of you will know, Mindful Chef was born on a fishing boat in Devon in 2015, and today quality and sustainable sourcing sits right at the heart of the business. And that's why we're here in Norway to meet our amazing seafood supplier, Leap.
This is all part of our Source series where we take you behind the scenes to tell you more about where your produce comes from. So let's dive right in. So we're down here at the boathouse and we're about to meet Dan from Leap, our fish supplier, and apparently he's got a really exciting day planned for us.
Dan, lovely to meet you.
Hi Giles. Hi Miles.
Hi Dan.
Welcome to Ålesund.
It's great to be here. So, what have we got planned today?
Well, today we're going to catch some cod, we're going to cook some cod, and somewhere in between we're going to learn a little bit more about what makes Leap wild cod taste so delicious.
Amazing, that sounds great. Can't wait to get out on the boat. Should we get going?
Let's do it. So Dan, tell us a little bit about Leap.
So we founded Leap 5 years ago, and it's basically born of the belief that the very best tasting fish swim free. So lean is all about the best of wild, sustainable fish, and ultimately what we're marketing is premium, lean, clean cuts of fish, because those are what deliver the best flavour.
Our customers are really interested in how the fish are actually caught. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Everything we do is responsibly sourced. So in the case of wild fish, it's sustainably certified as coming from stocks that are being well managed. We understand where every fish comes from, the boat that caught it, it's fully traceable. And of course, the method is also important. So all of our cod that we're looking at today is line caught, which effectively means one hook, one line, catching the fish. It delivers great taste, the fact it's line caught, because you've got minimum stress on the fish, so the muscle quality is preserved. And of course it's great for the environment, because when you catch by line caught, you don't get any bycatch.
Great, it's all about great tasting fish.
Yeah.
So guys, welcome down to Ålesund Harbour. This vessel here is called the Seir, and this is the longline vessel that's been out catching Mindful Chef's cod over the last few weeks. And we've got a chance now to go on board and meet the first mate, Sondre, and all of the crew.
Fantastic.
Brilliant, let's go.
Sondre, hi, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Sondre.
Hi Sondre, we're so excited to come on the boat.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you.
I started working here about 10 years, give or take now. When I started working on the boat, I get trained by the other fishermen on how to do the job in a safe and good way. Today I'm doing the same with the new guys. I think I'm fourth generation fisherman, so my step-grandpa started fishing. This company, Seir, it was started in 1919, 103 years now. We started with a small tree boat that my grandma owned, and today we have this state-of-the-art long line vessel. It's very exciting. When we shoot the long lines, we don't know what to expect. Sometimes it's really bad and sometimes it's very good fishing, and that is what that drives me to be working with this in many years and hopefully very, very many years to come. So what you see here is our hooks. We have 60,000 of them here that we shoot and haul every day. Each second, 3.5 of these hooks goes out in the water with bait. It takes about 5 hours. And when we are finished shooting this, then we go back hauling it, and that takes about 18 to 19 hours, depending on what depth and what weather we have. So what you see here is the moon pool, where we hold the long lines. So from the fish goes out of the water, and down here it takes about 15 seconds, and then maybe half an hour from here to where we produce the fish. And after that it's one hour, then it's down in the freezer.
So Dan, we're on a longliner today, and that means we're longline fishing. Tell us, what are the benefits of doing that?
You know, the 60,000 or so hooks that get cast off this vessel, effectively over 85 kilometres, means that on each individual line there is literally one hook, and so when the fish is caught, it has the opportunity to effectively get over that moment of stress, and you end up landing a fish which isn't crowded in a net with all the other fish. You get this reabsorption of any of the stress and lactic acid, and you get this beautifully firm texture on the meat, and that locks in effectively the goodness. You know, the fish is chilled down so quickly after catch, and a combination of the rich diet that all the fish are feeding on out here, the cod's feeding on the herring, the capelin, the shrimp, that combined with the muscle structure just delivers the most fantastic tasting fish. And that's what it's all about. It's just about amazing taste. But also when you're line catching, it's really good for the environment. There's no dredging of the bottom of the ocean. There's no unwanted bycatch. It's a really controlled, targeted method of fishing.
That's great. It's better for the fish, better for the planet, and actually better for all of us because it's better tasting fish as well, right? Better quality.
It absolutely is. I think it's the right way to do it. And I think, you know, we're dealing with a really precious wild resource. And as we pull every fish out of the ocean, I think we've got a shared responsibility to present it to the end consumer in the very best way possible.
One of the things we're incredibly proud of at Mindful Chef is our suppliers and their responsible sourcing. Can you tell me a bit more about the work you do with Leap?
Yeah, sure. So responsible sourcing has got many facets to it. And at Leap, obviously our prime concern when we're drawing precious wild stocks from the ocean is to make sure that the fish that we're catching is sourced from sustainably managed stock. You know, increasingly we're also looking at the overall environmental impact of fishing operations in terms of energy usage and carbon generation. So all of those areas ultimately influence the choices that we make on where to source from.
And Dan, tell us about your MSC certification and what that really means.
The MSC tick that your customers will see on the fish that you send them stands for the Marine Stewardship Council. That's a not-for-profit organisation that was founded in 1997, and it was co-founded by Unilever, so a big consumer giant, and the World Wildlife Fund. And it was set up really with three core principles. The first principle is to make sure that point of sourcing fish from demonstrably sustainable stocks, so they're certified, they go through a rigorous process of assessment. Secondly, that that marine ecosystem and environment is protected through the fishing efforts, and crucially therefore that fish stocks would be there for the future generations to catch, because fish support so many billion people. It's crucial for economic development, often in poorer regions, that they have access to fishing activities.
You mentioned there about working with local communities. That's something that we hold really dear at Mindful Chef. Can you talk to us a bit more about what that actually means?
Sure. So we have a really important purpose, which we call enhancing lives through fish. So our fundamental belief as a brand is that, you know, fishing should be a force for good for everybody impacted in the chain, and that starts obviously with those fishing communities around the world who you know work hard to catch the fish and deserve to be able to create a livelihood from it.
Well, I love the fishing industry. It's exciting, and I've been doing fishing all my life. The outdoor has always been my interest. So yeah, it's my life, yeah.
And why source cod from Norway?
Because we're catching it in the western side of the Barents Sea, the icy cold waters. That's where the fish has its best quality. And we have hundreds of years of management of our fish stocks that's securing our next generations with the best fish.
So Dan, what have we got here?
Well, these are a couple of the cod that have just been landed freshly on the sire, which were line caught, and they're ready for onward production.
And what is it about this process that guarantees that high quality and, most importantly, the taste for our customers?
It all starts with that catch method. So by line catching, you're bringing the fish on board with minimal stress. The fish are usually alive when they're coming on board. So within 60 minutes, those fish will have entered a deep freezing process. They'll be fully frozen within 4 hours. So you've really got the goodness locked in and that taste locked in. It's as fresh as it gets.
We are on the dock here in Ålesund after a day on the boat, which was great fun, and we have our catch.
I mean, is this not the most beautiful setting you've ever got to cook in?
It's pretty special.
How good's that, eh?
It's fantastic.
And look at this. How good does this look, guys? Beautiful piece of cod. Right, Gilo.
Here we go.
Get this one on. Dan, tell everyone, and especially Giles, because, you know, he
comes the joke.
doesn't know how to cook fish. So what's the top tip for cooking some fish?
The key to cooking fish, frankly, is not to overcook it. A lot of people get quite sort of aren't that confident with fish, and we've got to help them on that journey. But actually, the key is get the heat in quickly to the fish. Don't overcook it, and then you get that contrast of a beautiful kind of sear, particularly when you're pan cooking, and a really succulent inside of the fish.
Okay, great. So don't overcook it.
No pressure then, right?
No pressure, Giles.
pressure.
Okay, so I'll give you that one. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Miles, what Mindful Chef recipe are we going with today then?
Oh, Dan, we've got a good one today. We've got cod with spicy quinoa and a lemon yogurt. It's going to be really easy, really delicious, and really quick.
Good, because I'm hungry.
Let's get going. Right, let's get this baby in. Make sure we've got a nice amount of the oil in there.
Whilst Giles is cracking on with cooking the cod, what we'll do is we'll actually prep some of the veg as well. So first thing to do is actually we've got to chop up the garlics, okay? So we'll get that going as well.
And the brilliant thing about this, guys, is you can follow these recipe cards at home. This cod dish is literally 20 minutes from start to finish, and then the flavours and the smells coming out of this pan are phenomenal.
That smell, I mean, it's sensational. I don't know if it's just the environment that's kind of accentuating it, but this fish will be eating the herring, the capelin, the shrimp, and all of that flavour is in what we're about to experience.
And all of the goodness, right?
All of the goodness. I mean, you can't eat more healthily than wild fish. It's just incredible.
Beautiful. Well, look, that cod is looking pretty good. Getting close.
Flake as well.
So what we'll do is all the veggies can go in. Oh, where's the spice? Hold on, got some lovely Baharat spice we're going to pop onto the veg there as well. Oh, careful. Dan, take a step back, take a step back. There we go. Wow. Whilst Giles is sorting out this mess over here, Dan, give us some fun cod facts. Oh.
We're kind of at one of the homes of cod, Norway. And actually, what facilitated the Vikings, expanding their territory was the ability to salt cod and effectively go on longer voyages. I think when they were excavating the Mary Rose, they found sort of genetic samples of 3 types of cod on board. There was American Newfoundland cod, there was Icelandic, and there was Norwegian. So it's just been such a part of our history.
I love that.
So the Vikings were able to plunder as much as they did thanks to the good old cod.
Salted cod on board.
Salted cod, yeah.
What a good story. So Dan, obviously Giles is pan frying the cod today, but what other ways do you like to cook cod?
This is definitely my favourite, but it's so versatile. I mean, baking it is a delicious way. Poaching it is another great way. But, we know that what ultimately consumers can struggle with on fish is knowing which flavours to add. People just need a bit of help cooking fish, which is why the recipes that Mindful Chef does, I think, are just such a great way to make it less scary and more accessible. And it's really empowering. Once people get a few recipes in their armoury, they just have a whole new relationship with fish.
Right, Gilo, I think that looks ready.
It's looking phenomenal.
We should plate up. Dan, you got some plates?
Here you go.
Here we go.
Perfect. Right, Gilo.
Whoop, that. Come on. A little bit more.
Put some more on.
Okay, we're good.
Right.
Now,
let's have some of that cod.
the pièce de la résistance.
Look at that.
Look
Well cooked,
at
Giles.
that. Nice. Here you go, Milo. This one's going to be harder for you, but we'll give you. Not that I'm giving you. There you go.
Beautiful, Dan. Just put your plate down there. Just drizzle a bit of that over the top as well.
It's always better when you fish for your own supper.
That's very true. But unfortunately, Giles, there's only 2 plates.
I can see three forks there, so we're fine.
We're all friends.
There we go. I'll share mine, don't worry. There we go, right.
Let's dive in, guys.
Flaking perfectly. Well done, Giles. Yeah.
How's it taste?
That's delicious, isn't it? How good. It's so quick, so easy, so delicious, most importantly, so healthy. Cod, fish. I can't keep going. We've got to keep eating. You'll leave us. If you want more recipes like this, just head to the Mindful Chef website. Better yet, keep an eye out for this amazing, delicious fish on the menu and order it in your Mindful Chef boxes.
Well, I think the first thing I'd say is how beautiful the country is. It's absolutely stunning, and you can really understand why people come and visit here and then rave about it when they go home, because from the fjords to the local dockside, it's beautiful. The second thing is the people. We've met a great deal of the local community who for hundreds, if not thousands of years, have been dependent upon fishing as the principal industry here. And they've really come to be so reliant on that. But also those people have taken us on this quite amazing educational journey. So from the skipper on the boat to the fish trader at the market, we've learnt the whole works from start to finish through these fountains of knowledge. And they've really been so hospitable and quite frankly lovely to us. They've been very accommodating, and they've showed us the entire supply chain from start to finish, which has allowed us to just really understand and give us a depth of knowledge that we never had before around the methodology and the practices they use, which mean that ultimately our Mindful Chef customers get to enjoy this fantastic produce.
So when we come to places like Norway, we do so we can tell our customers like the story behind where their food comes from. But what I actually love most and enjoy most about doing these trips is actually you get to meet and hear from the people behind the food. You get to understand their stories. And in Norway, they've just been the most beautiful and welcoming people. You know, they've been fishing these waters for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they want to continue fishing them for hundreds more. And that's really important because, you know they have to do it in a responsible and sustainable way. And we started Mindful Chef, to make healthy eating easy. but also we wanted to have a positive impact on the world around us. So by creating this community with our suppliers, with our customers and with our team, actually that's one way we're able to make that happen. And that's something I'm really proud of and something that I'm going to take away with me forever. And that's it. What an amazing time we've had here in Norway. What a beautiful place with wonderful people, giving you more of an insight into fish you're eating.
Yeah, it's really important to us that we only work with suppliers who share our values. And when it comes to sustainable seafood, Leap really know a thing or two about putting great fish on your plate for generations to come.
So if you want to taste some of this incredible fish, just take a look at next week's menu and order yourself a Mindful Chef box.